Welcome to Piano Video Lessons Year 1, Unit 3, Lesson 15. This is video number 47 on YouTube, and if you click the info card in the corner, you can join us at pianovideolessons.com for everything you need to complete this lesson. Today we're going to be learning a new symbol, which is the octave symbol. And this is a super handy symbol for playing a bigger range on the piano than we can read easily. So it's just a little 8 with a VA with it, 8va, and it's like a magnet. If it's written above the notes, it pulls them up an octave. If it's written below the notes, it pulls them down an octave. And what's an octave anyway? Well, it's a fancy name for an eighth. So an octopus has 8 legs, an octagon has 8 sides, an octave has 8 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Notice I landed on C again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I were to play a piece of music, when I normally can only read notes that take me up to here, I could read notes that take me up to here if I use this little magnet to pull me in the right direction. So let's have a look at Sunset on Sunday. You can see on the first page that both hands go up an octave here on this last line because the 8va is pulling both hands up an octave. And this dotted line tells you how long it's activated. It's until here. Then we go on to the next line, and you can see that it doesn't continue. Sometimes it says loco up here, which tells you to move back to where you were. And then down here at the end of the piece, you can see the 8va is written below the notes. So I see this low C, but it's pulling both hands down an octave. So that would pull my right hand down from middle C down into the bass without changing the way the notes are actually written on the staff. So I'm going to go ahead and play this entire piece for you. Alright, so did you hear my legato slurs? And I changed dynamics from forte echoing to mezzo forte. And you might have also noticed that there were a lot of patterns in this piece. The fingerings are a lot the same. If I'm going to use my finger decoding skills, once I've got this first phrase worked out, it's going to be 5 skip, skip, 1 neighbor, neighbor, skip, 4th. That pattern keeps repeating over and over and over in the piece, and then the second pattern starts the same, and then it goes up and down. So it starts off the same until we get to the second last note, and instead of playing up and then down a 4th, it just goes right back to C. Then I move my hands, and I do the same thing. So same finger shapes and same melody shapes and finger patterns. Exactly the same. Then I move again, and here's the fun part. It looks like I go here. See, it says bass C, middle C. But aha, there's this octave magnet that's going to actually pull my hands up to the next Cs. So here I am doing the same exact pattern that I've done this entire page. Next page, forte. Now, there are 2 new notes here. You can figure those out if you like. You don't need to know them if you're reading by interval. So here we have 5, skip, skip, 1, neighbor, neighbor, skip. Then we move to F. 5, skip, skip, 1, neighbor, neighbor, skip. And then we move to C. This is the same as the first phrase. And this looks like it's the same place, but this magnet tells me to go down with both hands. So I'll move them both down an octave and ritardando. I'll move them both down and play with a ritardando. So right here it's a little tricky. There's a slight different pattern in the right hand here. We're going to have C, skip, skip, and back to C. And then he plays with both hands in the very last spot. All right, so practice this piece with an eye to finger patterns, legato notes, counting to 4, playing with forte, mezzo forte, and piano, looking for the octave sign that pulls you either up or down, and using a ritardando at the end of your piece. All right, in the next lesson, we're going to learn our final finger jim, which you might have guessed is going to be the left hand descending, henna number 1.